Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Polanki. This is a new mod map out by Bartson V3, 184.18 megabytes download plus. The plus being there are 5 required mods which will download automatically. The slot count is 1,209 on New Farmer. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch is 1,160. Difference being you don't have any of the start equipment and machinery on Farm Manager or Start from Scratch. So we start here at the main farm. What we'll do is go and have a look at the map, because the map looks like this. I'm sure it's 154 fields. There are 6 forestry plots. Field prices aren't too expensive either. There are no custom crop types. Contracts are available, and contracts plus in that there's wood delivery and those kind of things. If we go down to, it's only showing one at the moment for weeding, but as we progress through, if I come back to that later on, there should be a list of them. Now this one's got me a little bit puzzled, because in the description it says right at the very bottom, a map the size of the entire original map. Now I don't ever remember doing a map tour on Polanki. So I thought I'll go back on the mod hub on the website and I'll check on FS22 maps as well, typed in Bartson V3. Now it might be made by someone else. Polanki wasn't showing. I don't ever recall doing this map. Now it might have been on PC potentially, it might have been on FS19 maybe, or even 17. I personally don't remember ever doing a map tour on here, but that's just me. The buildings and stuff all can be removed from here because these buildings are part of the required mods. And you can remove the fencing, you can move the stuff around it. If you do, it will look like this. There is a second farm to purchase that we will purchase later on. As far as build mode goes, over and above the required mods, if we go into our menu here, we go down on sheds here. So that's part of these two here. It says fence, Polanki mod. Now if I click on that, see that? I think the fencing is the entirety. If you look at that, that kind of matches up. If I swing it around another way, actually, see that way around? There we go. Matches up pretty much with that. So this is the fencing for this farm, and the other one is the fencing for the other farm. So it can all be removed in one go if you want to, which you've already seen from the picture. So sleep and wardrobe trigger are just here. Sleep is here. Wardrobe is just around the side there. We've got a cow barn for 20 cows. I only reviewed this on the mod review yesterday. Actually came out today, didn't it? No, tomorrow, it depends. This is being recorded Friday, and I'm due to go out in about half an hour for the afternoon MrSealyp. So this may not now post till either this evening or possibly Saturday morning. So yeah, my day's all over the place. So there's me saying, yeah, doesn't matter. But on the mod review, these buildings were what I looked at. So the cow barn's just there. Feed trigger and stuff is inside. It will hold 20 animals. Slurry point at the back. Milk point at the front. We do have the option for, if I remember correctly, we have got a ladder option, put up ladder, which gives you access. There's one front, one rear, will take up to the hayloft as well. So start equipment and machinery. We have got our harvester, we've got cultivator, plough, we've got our planter, a seed, no actually that's a fertilizer distributor, isn't it? And then we've got a Massey just here. If we come across here, we've got our header trailer. Now we have got this workshop trigger here, which is a required mod, which I'm using on Riverbend Springs actually, or have been. But this building also has a workshop trigger in it as well. If we open this door here, actually it'd be easier if we go from this side. Sticking out the front of that. Oh, it's the trailer. I'm trying to work out what that was. So if we go just past the trailer and around the sides here, there's a workshop trigger just in here. And you can pull the vehicles up outside and they will register for the workshop trigger. But like I say, there is one around to the side there as well. And that is the start farm. Now, if we go back to the map, field prices and stuff. So on New Farm, we start with the main farm here. Now, this entire plot, if we go across to, thank you HMG, we go across to here and click on that, it's only 30,400 to buy that plot with the main farm on. So on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, not too expensive. But field and plot prices, 41 grand, that one takes in the pond sort of lake as well, 38. We've got some slightly larger ones that move up here, 101, 82, larger one here, which goes up 169, that one's up around 200. And then this whole section, there's no sell points or anything productions on this section here, all fields. But again, we've got some little forest plots. Where have we got? One there and there, forest plots, another one there. Even these ones here, the field price is 368. I mean, they're not break the bank stuff, and you can start off with all the small ones and work your way up. There are trees between a lot of them, but you can remove them. We have got mulches and things that will remove them. Someone asked me that the other day when I said that, and they said, what are you talking about? Because we haven't really got any mulch mods that do that yet. And when I say mulches for trees, if we come down to our forestry, under this section here, this one here, the TFR 250 requires a bit of horsepower, 360. That will remove stumps, tree, all sorts. I mean, it's rapid as well. So if you do want to remove a few trees quickly, we are going to start getting more and more mods coming out. But base game, that will do it if you're looking for doing that. If we come back to our map, yeah, so not too expensive as we go. We're going to do a route around. I've just realised that plot there. Let me buy that and do that. I missed it. It's not on my map tour. I suddenly saw that plot at the top and thought, hang on, just a mo. We'll go up there first. That's one of the required mods. I'm glad I saw that. The other plot we are going to purchase, actually there's two plots we're going to purchase. One is here. Plot 1 is here. Plot 2, there, 131,000 gives you this forestry plot here, all this land here, and this area here. So we buy that for 131. That gives us a pig pen, well, there's some sheds. We've got a sleep and wardrobe trigger and stuff there. So that's the second farm. And if we come down to this plot here, 157, this is the biogas plant plot. 119,680. That's not bad, is it? You buy that, you get the land, and you get the biogas plant, but you also get next to that, there's a liquid manure buy point there as well. I think that's all the plots I need to purchase. Pretty sure. Over and above like fields and things like that. So what we'll do, let's grab the boater and let's head around. I will go. I'm so glad I suddenly noticed that, because I would have missed that completely. Didn't even notice it at the top of the map. What I will say, this map is beautiful. It's stunning. And again, it's sort of all these things I've said many times before now on FS25. I think they're definitely enhanced by the mist, the fog, the god rays. I know everyone laughs and jokes about that, but the fact that mist and fog sits in the low-lying areas until the sun kind of burns it off, it just adds so much to it. But this map anyway, the lighting, the colour palette, the texturing, it all works really well. The only thing that was in build mode was those two things, those fence bits. There was nothing else. Everything else was base game, over and above required mods. So what I'm now looking for is the side turning that will take me up to the old grain mill. Can't believe I missed that. But look, alright, Charlie. Yeah, gotcha. Right. There we go. So it should be up the side of field. Oh, yeah, that's the point. Hang on a minute, sorry. I'm saying that. I was just about to say the other field we own. On New Farmer, we start with that plot. I said that then, got carried away. We start with this field here, and we start with... There was another field. Where was the other field? I thought we started with 3. Oh, yeah, this one here. Field 44. So we start with this one, and this one on New Farmer, which obviously on Farm Management start from scratch. We don't. So I suddenly thought, yeah, we're going to turn just in front of our Field 22. But I hadn't said that we own Field 22. I'm rectifying that mistake now. It's the sweep of it as well. Nice undulations. You know about that. You know about undulations. If you've been with the channel any amount of time, if you're a Sealyp in any way, shape or form, you know I like an undulation. But it's just pretty anyway. It's just, I don't know. I like maps like this. I always have done. I like most maps. They all have something to offer, and they will all offer something different to different people. It depends what you're into, what you like. You might not like thin, small, narrow fields. You might want big, open, flat prairie lands. You might want a map with more hills. I don't know, whatever it might be. So, just here. I'm glad I didn't miss it. There we open our door. This is the pack that I recall, and this does all sorts of stuff. There we go. So not only does it do the flour, it does oils as well. So barley, oat, sorghum and wheat flour. Doesn't do rice flour, but sunflower oil, olive oil, and canola oil as well. So this is a grain mill, flour mill, and oil mill all rolled into one, which you can purchase. Actually, hang on a minute. Did I just buy that? Oh, I bought the land, didn't I? What? I was just thinking, I don't recall buying that. I bought the land. Buying the land gets you the property. So there we go. So we own that now by buying the land. It didn't pop up otherwise. That being said, it wasn't showing on the map. So it's one of those things that icon wasn't showing because we hadn't bought the land. You might have got a contract that said deliver to, and you might have thought, what? Where is that? Yeah. So now the icon's showing. You can always put the sort of show me on the map, and it'll give you your location marker to find things if you want to. Tag place. So what we're going to do is head back down and carry on around. Well, I say there's no, other than that, which is a production. I was going to say there's no productions on the map. I mean, obviously that is a production, as is the biogas plant. If we come back into this menu and we go back down to here, you'll see that under available, there's no other productions available. Mind you, yeah, those weren't showing originally until we bought the land. But yeah, it's not showing as any others available. Probably could have done with a pickup or something a little bit quicker than 25 miles an hour, but it gives us a chance to take in the scenery. So coming up, we have a cluster of sell points. As we move into here, we've got the farmers market sell point on the right. So just there is the farmers market sell point. These silos here is the golden harvest sell point. So there's a grate just there. That's golden harvest. And then if we go around the corner here, we've got the dairy. Now this is a sell point only. This is not a production, this one. So there's your dairy sell point. Come out from there. We'll continue along and then head down in towards the town. Now the map does have NPCs. It's been interesting actually. I know the base game ones have had. Some of the modded maps haven't, some have. And I know a lot of people have said in the comments when we did map tours, and I did map tours of the base game maps when the game came out, but also now with modded maps, people are saying it's a pity that you haven't got the option to switch off NPCs. You know, there's a button, you just click it and they disappear from the map, because not everyone likes them, not everyone wants them. But again, something you don't have to use them, you don't have to go to them, you don't have to have a chat at all. You know, they're there, but you don't have to. Have I gone too far? No, next one. So we are going to need to take this turning on our left. So what I'll do, I'll turn in first. We're going to come back along here. If we just cross the road, we've got Katie just here for a chat, and the animal dealer just here. This one doesn't have an animal dealer sell point, it is just the livestock market animal dealer trigger. But Katie is there as well. You don't have to talk to Katie. Like I say, they're there, they're on the map, but, you know, include them in your storylines or don't. It's entirely up to you. If you are just coming on to play and just do farming, you might not have any need to interact whatsoever. So we're going to head out now, heading east to the next cluster of sell points. These roads are quite narrow, and as you saw, we do get traffic along them. So if something comes the other way, my advice would be just move over a little bit. It avoids unnecessary and unwanted repair bills. It's a little bit of a drive. This is one of those maps as well. The map feels really big. I guess because it's sweeping, and a lot of the roads it's out and back. So whilst there is a circuit kind of in the middle that runs round in a loop, some of the locations we are going out to and coming back to, that always makes maps feel bigger, I think. So coming up here, we have got a gas station, which is a fuel point. It's a big fuel tank for purchasing. It's not one you refill yourself, it is a gas station for all intents and purposes, which is just here. So there's your refill gas station point just there. This is Eastern Purchase. So sell point there, Eastern Purchase, and then we've got timber sale just here. So for selling wood is just here. We don't actually have a sawmill. I'm just thinking we don't have a sawmill on the map. So you might have to find a little plot of land and purchase it. I mean, that being said, I mean, I suppose there's always a potential that I have missed it, considering I missed that, but just trying to think. Because I think Noah's down here, but you can't buy any of this plot. These have got... I didn't see anything that resembled one. I'm going to make a sweeping statement now and say there's not a sawmill on the map. Yes. Right, so we're going to head right back to that main road, down through the town, which has got a couple of different points on it. The secondary farm that we purchased is down there. We've got a couple of NPCs, and one of the NPCs is also at a vehicle shop, not a vehicle shop, a workshop, a repair shop. So the forest areas, they're little plots like this, nothing major, nothing massive, and it doesn't take up a huge amount of the map. So if forestry's not your thing, there's plenty of fields, but there is a bit of forestry if you don't mind doing a little bit and you want to do a little bit. You can always clear it, clear the stumps, replant if you want to, like I say, if that's your thing. But generally speaking, if forestry is your thing and that's predominantly what you like to do, you're more likely to be leaning towards a forestry map rather than a map with a bit of forestry on. It all depends, like I say. Horses for courses, and most maps will cater for everyone. Some maps push and favour other things. It just all depends. So, continuing, we get to... is it here? Yes. Just here. This little farm here. I love the fact it's all so well integrated. It's a little bit ramshackle. It's not, you know, it's not pristine. It's not supposed to be. Walter's here. If you want to come and have a chat to Walter, you can. And then, where was it? Where is he? David's over here. This gate doesn't open. Not that it needs to. There's not a sell point here, and you can't buy any of these plots other than the farm we bought. But David's here if you want to have a chat to David. And then the secondary farm we purchased is just here on the right-hand side. A little bit of a ripple on the water. Every now and again you kind of catch a glint. I like that. So this is the same as the main farm. All the buildings can be removed. The fencing can all be removed as well if you want to. I got the slot count down to 1,036. So it's 1,209, 1,160 on farm management start from scratch. I got it down to 1,036 by removing all the buildings on top of the vehicles and machinery. So sleep triggers there, wardrobe triggers around the other side of this farmhouse just there. We've got barn space. This is not a pallet and bale, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's just a standard, yeah, just a standard barn. Double garage barn space in front of us just there. Nothing in there, and then we have got a pig pen just over here for 25 pigs. There you go. And as I said, if we come up over the top, we've got forestry here and down the side of this plot when you buy it, and this field here as well. So all of that is available at farm number 2. So, next. Check my notes. Oh yeah, just down the road. We've got on our left, coming up, there's a workshop trigger just here. So it's a little workshop, not a vehicle shop, just a workshop. And Ben is inside the building. I pulled in, I kept thinking, I don't understand it. It says in the thing that Ben's supposed to be here. Ben's tucked away, he's hiding behind the boxes, like over there in the corner. So you can come and chat to Ben if you want to. This is a workshop trigger just there for repairing of vehicles. Now, heading out the bottom of the village, watching out for big lorries. It's all the extra little details, the ponds and stuff like that. It's cool. We've got a turning coming up on our left. We've got a bit of a drive first. That's what I mean. Just it feels big. What was interesting as well, it's that thing of geography. And you look at the map and you look at the way the hills are sweeping, and you know, rivers often, not always, are found in valleys. You know, they're in the bottom of the valleys. That's where the water kind of runs down to. That's where it ends up being. Often, if you've got rivers on tops of hills, they can be canals and stuff like that. So I was kind of driving along, and I'm looking at the map thinking, when I'm coming back this way, I'm thinking, right, so I've got a river to my left going this way, and I'm looking thinking, but that goes uphill. It's not in the valley. The valley's down that way. The river runs across the top. Not that it's a major. It's not. You know, it's not an issue. It's just. It's weird, isn't it, how your brain works? I'm thinking, so where the river is, it's going to dip down into a valley, which I suppose as you go further along, it does. I don't know, like I say, just the way my brain works. I'm not wired up right. So, heading all the way out along this leg, we're going to come to the biogas plant on our left, which we've already purchased. This is one of the required mods, and in purchasing that land, the icon came up for the slurry buy point. We'll get there in a minute, don't worry. There's a very natural feel about it, I think. A lot of maps do, you know. I say they will fit their area. You know, the landscape, the map maker will make it based upon an area, or you know, this just says a European map. It's not saying specifically anywhere. Biogas plant, because we've purchased the land. There we go, just there, with the various different capacities and recipes. Just over here, slurry buy point. And then we have got double clamp. I mean, I didn't try and sell these. I suppose technically there's no reason at all why you shouldn't be able to. Yeah, it looks like we can sell all that as well if you wanted to. Can we sell the fencing too? I don't think so. But if you want to get the slot count down further, or there was a different biogas plant you wanted to use, potentially you could do that if you want to. Carrying right along, we come to this housing area. Kind of appears out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, it's there, but you know. Come down here. Now Noah is here to chat to, over the right hand side, so I'm going to have a chat to Noah. Like I say, not at a sawmill, but he is there to talk to. Then we've got a sell point down here, which is people from the blocks, I think it's, yeah, people from the blocks. So this is the blocks, I assume. So the people from the blocks sell point is just there. I wonder if this is where Jenny's from, maybe. I don't know. Potentially. Crossing over, we come to the main vehicle shop and workshop trigger. This is the reset point for the map as well. Vehicle shop, workshop trigger is just there. Around the back, we've got a lime buy point. If we go a little bit further around here, we've got a debris crusher. And we've also got a front loader, which is here. Now this is at the vehicle shop. This is for you to use if you want to, if you need to. It's not part of your inventory, but it is here should you wish to use it. Just saying, workshop line. Yeah. Front loader. All the things I was supposed to point out. Yes. And I've already said this is the reset point, haven't I? So let's have a recap, shall we? Let's come back to the map. So we started all up here at the main farm. We came out along there and remembered to go up there to the grain mill, oil mill, out there to the sell points here, the Golden Harvest Dairy and Farmers Market. Came down there, Katie and the animal dealer, then all the way out here to the gas station, the Eastern Purchase and Timber Sale. And we came down there. And we had Walter, David, our secondary farm just there, Ben and a workshop trigger. Then we came down to here and we turned down this road, all the way out to there to the biogas plant slurry buy point. Out here, lime station, debris crusher, vehicle workshop. Obviously, we went here first, Noah, and the people from the block sell point. We are now heading back up here. We are going to head out to there. Now, like I say, we could cross the river. There's like a marshy area out here. And there's lots of fields. It's just very pretty landscape. But there's no like animal pens or anything like that out there. It's all fields. We are going to head this side of the river because just there is a manure buy point. Then if we want to, we can go back across the river and do a loop round, or we can carry on straight along back down there, and it brings us along towards the back of our farm. There's another lake there, with all the fields off to this side as well. So for all intents and purposes, other than when we get to the buy manure point, that's all the buy points, sell points, and the production of the grain mill, oil mill. And it's just a case of lapping it all up, taking it all in. It's a nice map. Very nice. Is it for big machinery? I would say the roads aren't necessarily big enough for. It's not like there's fences and hedges and stuff in the way, nothing like that. You could turn traffic off and probably get away with it. I would say small to medium size, but if you could play if you want to. Like I said, if you look along the edges of each of the fields, there are trees that pretty much go between most of the field plots, but there are ways of removing them without it taking forever if you wanted to. And again, if you look at the map, these are fair-sized fields. They're not tiny. They look quite narrow on some of them. This is the bottom area of the map, the southeast, and the fields are a little bit bigger to the southeast anyway, but they're not bad sizes. Oh, actually, that's what I was going to do, wasn't I? So I was going to go back. We're going to check on the contract situation. Yeah, deadwood, mowing, weeding, wood transport. So contracts plus. I mean, at the end of the day, that will just become contracts now. I think it's because we've got the wood transport and some of them have rock removal, and the dead wood and stuff like that. If maps don't have them, I suppose that's going to be more unusual now moving forward. But I guess on 25, because that's become the new norm, so at some point I'll just refer to it as contracts are available. So what we'll do is go straight across here. What we will do before we go to the buy manure point, we'll just whiz across the bridge. I just think the river's really nicely made. The bridges are really cool. There's a very nice feel to it. We turn just down here. There's enough colour, there's enough flowers, enough stuff without it being too much, you know? But even with the rivers, all this extra detail, trees falling down with the lily pads and stuff that are sort of backed up against them, and it doesn't need to be there, and you don't necessarily notice, but it does add all those elements to it. Is that me causing those ripples walking across, or is that driving across on the tractor? Anyway, it might just be the ripples going backwards and forwards between stuff. Anyway, so all this side, like I say, this is all farmland to be purchased should you wish. Then we come back across the bridge. Just around the corner here, we've got a manure buy point. Should you wish to take advantage of the facility. And then from here, it's a run back down. I say back down, it's up and down. There you go, there's the buy manure point. Silly G said to me, she was watching me while I was doing the prep, and I said about going up. And she said, but you're not going up. I said, no, because I'm looking at my mini-map, bottom left, and you've got north and south. So my mind's saying up the map is north. I might be going down the hill while I'm saying up. I know it sounds weird, but like I say, it's a really, really glorious map. Really nicely done, really nicely made. There's a lot of scope for adding stuff in. It's not cluttered with productions. It's got one. Now you may not like that, but you have got the option to put them in. Wherever you want to put them in, you can put them in. You might need to do a bit of landscaping. I'm just looking, you look at this and think, it's sweeping, it's got, it's a lovely feel to it. But then finding a flat spot on the map for putting in productions and stuff like that can be a little bit trickier. So you might need to do a little bit of landscaping. And that's the map. That's Polanki by Bartson V3. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.